it could be other electronic media like iCODEVGURUKUL or webcasting, which is something which is very interesting even because you need not necessarily be present on the day of the event to view it. You have a later download, and ideally you can view it whenever you want to view that particular thing. So that's a very effective medium of reaching out to larger number of audience that you can actually have on a particular day. Special DVD, VCD rights. This is evolving into a great medium. For example, you see shows like Indian Idol or Saregama and all of these. What we have started doing is the guys who kind of songs and performances that they do, even they have been cut into CDs, like the Laughter Challenge, they have been cut into CDs and DVDs, and that's a huge market in the times to come. It's going to be a big market there. Even those are the new means that fundraisers could use are associating with. SMS activations are great means. Very recently, I don't know if you know, there was a telephone that had happened in NTV. When I say telephone, it's essentially a non-stop programming on television which is got various contents plugged into it. It could be news, it could be some entertainment show, some song and dance, some live event in some city or whatever. And it was NTV in association with Toyota as a green thorn, as they had called it. So what we used to do was, this happened I think about 5 years back or 6 years back, where 5 TV channels had come together and built this telecom. We had Sony, Star, Z, and whatever. And they had this programming and people could SMS and pledge. Just a simple SMS to a thing would be charged at 10 rupees and the money goes towards activation, towards the cost. So an SMS is a great medium today for fundraising. I would still say not used very effectively by fundraisers. Raised by marketing people like me or by companies, they've been raised. They've been using this. Fundraisers are not directly using it. So in a way what happens is they tend to lose out on what eventually could come more bigger as a chunk comes only a little bit. For a 10 rupee SMS, the service provider gets 50% of it, so 5 rupees goes towards it. The marketing company, whoever who's created that project takes 3 rupees. 2 rupees, 1 rupee goes to something there. Eventually only 1 rupee comes towards the end user. But if fundraisers were creating this special code, it can really work better. These are special codes, sure, we can elaborate on that. Downloads or ringtones, it's a great another medium or celebrity endorsement. So these are the new means that can be used very effectively on this. Some new age fundraisers, specific events we're talking about. The television events and shows, because the reach is much large, much wide. So instead of addressing a closed group audience in a room, television takes us to the drawing rooms, to the bedrooms, wherever the audience is large. So innovative programming can be created for this. Sports events, yes, for IPL, a while back, so many other more events can be created, especially telecoms. Mention about this NTV telecom that happened. What I will do is, I will share with you the telecom concept. We're talking to a company which I was sharing a brief presentation about what are the kind of stuff that can happen. I'm talking about going large. Cost would be whatever. Believe me, for me, for about 14 years in this business now, the kind of effort that I have to put in a 2 lakh rupees event versus a project which is 2 crores, it's almost the same. Because the ideation needs to be correct, the planning needs to be correct, and the implementation obviously is done by many more hands. So we divide the responsibilities. 2 lakh rupee event, I will have to do it myself. For a 2 crores, I will have 20 other hands. So if I'm correct in my planning, my ideation, the same effort can give me better results, bigger results. So what I'm sharing with you is something large as a fundraising thought or an idea, be a very simple analysis, a very simple objective, like we create a 24-hour telethon on a channel, or it could be group of channels. Basically, brief is to create a big concert in the city and other activities built around it. So for us, it's not just to create and manage the event. Create events which are special events, which are got universal appeal, which have got content which is viewed on television and has got value for advertisers to come in and advertise on the show, or somebody to SMS, so that there's an interesting content for someone to view. So that's basically what we need to do, and make it large by taking it beyond just the television. How we will just talk about that. Making news is obviously the thing. So for me, the wish list would be, let's say it starts at 4 o'clock, 1st of May, and it goes on till 4 o'clock the next day, May 2. So we start with the grand opening, and then create special events, which would be a marathon on ground in let's say India Gate or wherever. Create some kind of a world record or crowd putting events, and some green events, which is what the cause is about. Let's say it could be going by the NDTV green thought. So we begin with road shows as a build-up of an activity. When I say road show, television is a medium which can advertise through its medium, but in the current market scenario, it is such that there's a clutter. So I may be glued on to Sony TV for IPL, somebody else is glued on to some other channel. So what happens is essentially for us to have a wider audience to watch my show, we need to create some support activity, supporting marketing activity. So we're suggesting do a 15-day pre-event activity as such, build up for the events, and encourage mass participation. So what this could be, it could be simple as a roadshow activity, like you see anchor activity moving into various parts of the city. So there's an interaction that I create. So I can announce that this is going to happen 15 days from now. I invite participation there, disseminate information. So this could be one of the ways of going into the audience. It could be human panels across the city announcing the things. And then the D-Day begins with a run for a green tomorrow. This run could be at a place which has got a great value attached to it in terms of the historical background there. So it could be at the India Gate, with some Olympic medalists being invited. Now what I'm doing is essentially, this project was for television. But I'm trying to create content for television viewers with 500 or 1,000 people actually running, and that makes my opening moment of the telethon. So it could be great faces there available, and the biggest event in India is essentially the Republic Day parade. So other than the Republic Day parade, it could be one of the ways of this thing. So we announced this green telethon, and the novelty being the historical backdrop of the country is in the India Gate as the backdrop for the ceremony. Special attributes is we do some aerial shooting. Now, it's not just about the run capture, make it interesting. So we look at the other side of it. How do we make it interesting for the television viewers? So we probably have to do a